She puts the wow, yum into words. It's the Lafayette food junkie herself on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany. Here we talk about all the food happenings around Acadiana. If you like food, tune in. You might learn something new. It is Father's Day, and I went on a 24-hour trip to Baton Rouge. So that's what we're going to be talking about the majority of tonight's show. But first off, it's Father's Day. So let's wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. I want to wish my dad, Brian Epnet, a wonderful Father's Day. He is the Lafayette Food Junkie radio show #1 fan. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you know, like those first couple of years, he called in every single episode. And when Brandon Como was doing the boards, it was Brandon's favorite caller for him to come in, because it was kind of just like back in my day, we had to walk 30 miles in the snow kind of stories, and Brandon just really appreciated them. And my dad is an active listener, so I know he's listening right now. And if he ever comes back to Lafayette, when he's not working, because they are in Ohio right now. I think they're in Ohio. That's sad when I don't even know where my parents are. They travel so much. I want to have him as a guest on the show. Like I've been really wanting to have that happen. My boyfriend Bob is joining us tonight for comedic commentary.
If you're lucky.
If we're lucky, yeah. And happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
We have your son in the other room playing video games to keep him quiet.
Yes.
Yeah. He may come in randomly and say something on air.
Yes. Or make Godzilla noises.
Yeah. I mean, he was practicing for us before the show, so it was great.
Yeah.
All right, and joining me tonight as guest co-host is Melissa Lenner with Let the Good Nosh Roll. We're going to be talking about cooking at home and healthy eating and her business, Let the Good Nosh Roll. And she is a character, and I'm so happy to have her back again. I've been laughing so hard.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do you want to wish...
happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Happy Grandfather's Day. There's no Grandfather's Day, right? Officially?
No, I think there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is officially a Grandfather's Day, but it's not celebrated the same.
So don't take anything I say. For real. No, that's awesome. Well, happy Father's Day to everyone. We all wouldn't be here without part of our father. So
exactly.
Happy day.
You lived in New York, but you're originally from Miami, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and college in D.C., so I've been all over the East Coast.
God. Okay, so we're going to be talking later about a distillery that we went to. We'll talk about why you don't like rum. I feel like you had a lot of rum in Miami. Yeah, your face.
More so for my 21st birthday, and didn't
mojitos and
it was.
I like Cuba Libres. Like that's my favorite.
Yeah, I got a slushy maker kind of thing, like when the first like Magic Bullet came out.
Yeah,
and rum on my 21st birthday, and like daiquiris is what we were doing.
Okay,
it was painful, but
and
delicious.
So now you're like over I'm
vodka
like
mojitos.
I'm like that with Kahlua and strawberry Boone's Farm. I think it's like Boone's Strawberry Hill, I think is the name of it.
Get yourself a cold Strawberry Hill.
Yeah, it's really bad. Good job, Bob.
Thank you.
There's no alcohol in the studio
there
right
is
now.
None
I just want to say
all.
that.
There is none at all. But yeah, I can't drink Kahlua, Strawberry Hill, and then really Southern Comfort.
I loved that. SoCo lime shots.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Throwback Sunday.
Bob, is there any alcohol that you can't drink?
If it has been flavor added.
You're like a no-go on that?
Just like my coffee.
You don't like Fruit Loops vodka?
No.
My cousin made me get that for him once.
Really? Man, I went out with this guy one time and we were at the bar and he legit ordered like cupcake vodka. And I was like, are you a 20-year-old girl? And he just kind of like looked at me. He's like, I like flavored vodkas. And I was just...
He likes what he likes.
Yeah. I felt so bad that I judged him so harshly on that. But I mean, come on.
Well, we're going to get back to cinnamon flavor, aren't we?
Yes,
That's
we
true.
are. Because I did get a cinnamon flavored vodka this weekend. Not vodka, rum this weekend.
Cinnamon's kind of crossing over.
I don't know. We'll talk about this later. Like, let's hold off on that. But I was actually like a super big fan. Okay, so let's start out. Every semester that ends, I'm now celebrating by taking a trip to Baton Rouge. We did a 24-hour vacation to Baton Rouge to go to Trader Joe's. That was really why I was going.
Our epicureal expedition of eateries and establishments east of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
Yes.
You worked hard on that.
I did.
You
a
did
lot.
all weekend. You started perfecting it yesterday.
Almost got it right.
Yeah. You did good. I couldn't say that. I mean, I can't say cognac.
Yeah.
So I think I actually just said it correctly. And
You won't do it again.
I will never do it again now.
It was like a B+.
It was like a B+.
Weight's totally off my shoulders now.
Yeah, there we go. That was great, Bob.
Yes.
Good job. Yeah, so we took like a 24-hour trip because there's a couple of restaurants there that I wanted to check out. Something that I did notice, and I'll say this about Lafayette as well, like we have so many sushi restaurants. They have so many sushi restaurants too. So we were 5 minutes from Sushi Masa, which is the original one. They just opened the location here in Lafayette. We debated going there because I was like, we haven't gotten to go yet. Bob's actually allergic to seafood. So that's why your sushi rolls are actually perfect for him.
Yeah, fish free.
I was telling him about those yesterday, and we were talking about we're going to need to go to the market to check them out.
I could dig it.
Yeah. So we decided not to go to do that. But we were looking for a place to eat around where our hotel was, and it was all sushi. And I feel like sushi and what we're lacking in barbecue restaurants, they more than make up for. It was like sushi and barbecue restaurants and then like Cajun themed restaurants. So like seafood restaurants. I felt like that's what they had a lot of. And then here and there, like especially on Government Street, I feel like Government Street, which is mid-city, has a lot of cool little food restaurants that are going on around there. That's where the White Star Market is, that we're going to talk about a little later in the show. There's a distillery in downtown Baton Rouge, and it's just, they had a lot of really cool stuff on Government Street. Baton Rouge is big, so I'm sure there's like other areas, but man, I found like they did have way more Indian restaurants than we do.
Buffets.
One of the places that we were staying next to had an Indian buffet for lunch.
Yum.
So that's something, that's cool. We only have two. Well, we have two and a pop-up, and then they had a lot. And they do have like Thai places. But I feel like that's kind of, we have a lot of that.
They had that Thai donut place.
Yes, it served Thai food and donuts.
That's cool.
So if you didn't want donuts, you could get Thai food. They had that there.
Oh, it wasn't a Thai donut. It was like a normal yeast, like a
it was like a normal donut place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That also happened to serve Thai food.
That's always fun when it's like sushi and pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what?
We used to have a restaurant in town that did Mexican sushi. Like it was Mexican food, but you could get sushi rolls, and then the sushi rolls were like fusion.
Like Chipotle and what? I don't know. What would
it was?
That's
like,
cool.
I feel like they had meat. Like there was like steak on top of them. Like I don't remember what the name of the restaurant
carne asada roll.
Maybe it was tortilla soup. Maybe it was when it was, because that location has been, I think right now, it is a Mexican restaurant right now, El Paso. But it's been a lot of other things. And at one time, it was this restaurant called Tortilla Soup. And I think that's when they were also serving sushi, which is so random. In the world. But yeah,
I still want to find a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell just because of the song.
Really?
Yes.
I know that they have KFC Taco Bells because they're owned by the same company.
Did you see? Aren't we getting two KFCs?
We're getting two KFCs, and my whole point on that was why? What's the point?
To give people a choice,
But we do, okay.
Instead of Popeyes, right?
Popeyes,
Fat Albert's.
We have Churches. There's Fat Albert's if you want to go local.
Oh, yeah.
Fat Albert's is amazing. It's on Moss Street, though.
There's one.
And there's Churches, which was also on the north. There's two on the north side. They're building one on Congress, like really close to the station. So you have Churches.
And if Miss Lee's ever opens up again, Wednesday, plate lunch is a fried chicken.
Oh, yeah, in Broussard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I'm not a KFC fan. I'm not a KFC
My boyfriend
fan.
is. I'm not.
Really?
Yeah,
he's excited?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Okay, so there were two menu items that I liked at KFC. The Double Down.
which is
the fried chicken sandwich. That's like
that was the bread was the fried chicken.
Yes.
Okay. Copy.
Talking about keto stuff earlier.
Yeah.
Prime example.
Not keto.
Not keto.
Almost keto.
And then they would do this. It was like a mashed potato bowl where it was like mashed potatoes with like cut up fried chicken and then gravy and corn on top.
Oh, nice.
So
just
and
like
cheese.
a poke bowl.
Yeah. We're getting another poke place too.
Same people.
Southern Poke, which is out of Baton Rouge, is opening up a Lafayette location.
So
cool.
And Poke Go is expanding. They're opening another location. So we have 2 poke places.
Yeah, raw fish.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take our first break. Woo, I promise we have not been drinking. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we have more with Melissa. So come back to us. It is the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
And now, the Lafayette Food Junkie Show, served up medium rare every Sunday night.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Deku. Melissa Lenner is joining tonight as guest co-host, and she is the owner-operator of Let the Good Nosh Roll. And Bob, the boyfriend, is I think that's your title.
Inserter of comedy.
Yeah, is here for comedic breaks throughout the show. We'll see how it goes. Okay, you did it.
He just left.
And I'm turning your mic off. You can go home now. What was that? Can you please explain to the people at home that are listening that have no idea what you just did?
There's this infamous laugh in the original Jurassic Park movie from Ian Malcolm. And I can barely do it, but
there's like on YouTube, there's a 5-minute track of just the laugh.
There's a 10-hour version.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to somebody?
It's hilarious.
That sounds like what someone would do in like a sorority or fraternity rush. Yes. Like stick you in a room and just play that on repeat. And that's it. You're done.
And then you're insane after that. Like they're like, you made it through. All right, let's talk about food. So Baton Rouge has White Star Market, which is a food hall, very reminiscent of St. Roch Market that's in New Orleans. And let's talk about Lafayette needs one of these. Like, I don't understand why these are not more prevalent. And so the idea of a food hall is it's like one location and there's several different restaurants. The one at St. Roch is big. The one in Baton Rouge, White Star, is a little smaller. I think that one only had like maybe it was under 10. It had under 10 stalls. And I don't think they have room for any more.
I don't think so.
So it's pretty small. But so they have a place called Chow Yum Fat. Government Taco. There's a Fete Fete. There's a Jolie Oyster Bar. There's Moutons, I think the name. Mouton was the bar. There's a little pastry place, and then Rev Coffee Roasters has a location there too. And a pizza place. That was the other. And a juicery. Yes. Yeah.
Everything
it's also the big squeezy.
Place.
Right. That's why I kind of like them, because if you have a picky eater or if people want different things to eat, they can go to each little section and get food. We tried to do that and we were so full. We only made it to 2. So we sat down at the bar at Moutons, and they had cucumber lime Gosa from Urban South Brewing. They had the cans of it. This is my new favorite beer. It is delicious. It's salty and it's sour. It's not super sour. It's kind of light on both of those. And if you're curious, so it's apparently one of their more popular ones, because the bartender was telling me anytime you see it in store, you want to grab it because they sell out fast. But I know that La Pizzeria here in town has it on tap. So if you're curious, you can go to La Pizzeria and they have it there to check it out. But this is my new favorite beer.
It's a great summer beer.
We stopped at a grocery store on the way out of town called Candeleros. I think I'm saying that correctly. Which had the most overwhelming wine and beer section I've ever seen. And I looked to see if they had it, and they didn't. But we went there, got beer there. You had this really disgusting IPA. Do you want to talk about?
It
was umami. It was like umami IPA. I don't know who makes it. It had
bonito flakes.
Yeah, it had the coolest looking. It was the coolest looking can.
Yeah,
it was disgusting.
It wasn't disgusting. It was just like for you. You don't like IPAs.
Yeah, I don't like IPAs.
But it was just like a very tart, really bright IPA.
Yeah, and it had like they brew it with bonito flakes.
Isn't bonito dried tuna that's been like shaved?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want that in my beer.
Yeah, that's why they call it umami.
Aren't you allergic to seafood?
He can have seafood products.
Got it.
I
can have Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah. So he just can't have like the actual seafood.
Question.
Yes.
Urban South, that's the brewery in New Orleans?
Yes, it is.
Fun fact, recently I went across the street and a little way down, there's NOLA Brewery.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Shout out, you should go there. It was awesome, and there's an awesome barbecue place that was really good.
I love that these breweries and distilleries have little food trucks or like little pop-up restaurants that happen to be at them. I know at Great Raft in Shreveport, they have a pop-up restaurant there too. So I love it.
It's making it a destination, like a focal point.
Yes.
Like, let's make this our day. There's a lot for everyone to do. Bring the kids, even though it's a bar, but there's still food, you know?
We are going to Austin in a month, and we're going to be going to a brewery that just does sour beers. And I think that they will have food pop up there too.
What's the brewery in Broussard?
Parish.
They have, like, on their trivia night, they oftentimes have a food truck.
Yes, they do. And I'm blanking on the other one. Bayou Teche also will have, they usually cook food. They do like boudin.
Nice.
They were doing like crawfish boils. So I love that they're doing kind of like this different thing. But back to the food halls. Like, why don't we have one?
I think.
No. I was going to say, maybe we got the food court.
No.
Well, the mall
Totally
food court
different.
kind of sucks. So it's pretty much Japanese, Chinese, Thai,
And
Chick-fil-A. Sbarro's closed. It's called Roman Delight. It's like a pizza place. And then we have like this Philly's cheesesteak place. Great American Steak closed. Like it's not great. But what would be cool is if a building of that size, like maybe if they took Sears and incorporate like the Sears building and incorporated it into like a 2-story food hall.
Oh my gosh.
That would be cool.
Yeah, food hall. I mean, you could say that the food court was the OG food hall.
Yeah.
But now they've just elevated it. And they've been around in New York for a few years now. I used to go to some. They're great. They're so great because, again, like as you said, if there's a picky eater or someone, there's so much variety. And and it promotes sharing. So you can get you get something for $7, you get something for $8. You get to taste everything.
Right.
It's like appetizer hopping on another level.
That's
great.
That's exactly what we did. So we went to Chow Yum Fat. They had pho dumplings on special. They were fried. I kind of wish that they were steamed because then it would have even been more like pho, like little bites of pho. But it was like you bit into it and it tasted like you were eating pho.
It was like the closest I've ever come to in Willy Wonka, the gum that's like a meal. Like it was like that. It was like an explosion of pho in your mouth.
And then we also got bao, and we were talking about, so this is the best bao bun that I've ever had. Like it was soft and it wasn't like chewy. So it was really good. You were talking about, we just found out during the commercial break though, that it was really steamed
Chinese
buns.
pork buns.
Yeah, that you had in San Francisco.
That's like enclosed. That's like a ball wrapped on pinched at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the bun.
I love them.
And we had bao, which are like little sandwiches.
And you can put anything in it. There's a place in New York called Bao House, run by my favorite person, Eddie Huang. Do you know him? He had a show on Vice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's Wang's World. So he does like fried chicken with like crushed peanuts on his bao. And he did like a Cheeto crusted one. Like you can be it's because it's just a blank canvas to put anything in it.
That was, man.
Baos are awesome.
Buddha bao.
Ours had kimchi and pork belly.
Yeah,
and then like a sauce on it. They were so good. They were delicious. You got this really disgusting drink that had jelly in it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was not.
It tasted like
it was like, I don't know. I think it was supposed to be like almost like a boba tea.
Okay, got it.
But it was just, it did not. I was like, I can't get my head around this texture.
Green grass tea with jelly in it.
Okay,
and it tasted like sweet tea.
You could probably get it at the Asian market.
I love them.
Okay, we'll have to look for that actually next time we go to the Asian market. And then we also checked out Government Taco, which is owned by Jay Ducote of Food Network fame. And my favorite taco, the one that I am still dreaming about, was a carrot taco. So it had black refried beans on it, and then it had roasted carrots, and it was like thin. It was like the whole carrot, and then goat cheese, which is really what made it, and then roasted pumpkin seeds on top. I am still dreaming of that taco. It was so good.
Sounds great.
Well, the other one we got, they have 3 options, and we got the Clucks and Balances, which was fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. The fried chicken was good. I felt like the macaroni and cheese was too much. But one of my followers said that was his absolute favorite, and that's the one he dreams about. So it's kind of nice that they have like the different taco options, because this is proof that everyone's palate's different, and everyone's going to like a different thing. But that roasted carrot one. Isn't
that so fun that they took a carrot and made it the star of the dish?
So I
love that.
I went
to a pop-up dinner in Shreveport last year, and he was the chef, and he did that taco there.
Oh, nice.
And I was in love with it. It didn't have the refried beans on it, though. It was just the carrots and the goat cheese. It's like the carrots and the goat cheese is like what makes it.
That's awesome.
It's so good. And then they had the roasted corn, the alitas. They had that there, too. Like the agua fresca, you got watermelon, like a salted watermelon one that was really good.
Super yummy.
Yeah. So they had all these really cool places in one spot, and you can go and check everything out. There's a bar that you could sit at. Seating was an issue because they were packed.
Yeah.
And they've just been open maybe a month now, so they still have like the newness factor of it. But it's really cool. And if you're in Baton Rouge, going to Trader Joe's, go to White Star Market. It's like 10 minutes away, and check it out as well. All right, we are going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to Melissa. So come back to us. It is the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
And now, we talk about food. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Deku. We are talking with Melissa Lenner with Let the Good Nosh Roll, and Bob is also joining us for commentary. Okay, so if we're going to act like you've never been on the show before, tell us what Let the Good Nosh Roll is.
So I sell at Let the Good Nosh Roll every Saturday at the farmer's market at the horse farm on Johnston. It is like sushi, but on another level. So we're taking what your palate knows to be sushi, and we're just putting in all veggies. There's no fish, no rice, super low carb. Right now we have 3 flavors going. Instead of the rice, we're doing cashews and cauliflower. So you see that white, you think it's rice, but it's not. And it's really good. And then another roll, we're doing a new one. As you said, carrots are like so delicious.
Yeah.
We're doing carrots and sunflower seeds as that base for a lot of people who have nut allergies, or just some people are sensitive to cauliflower. I always want to work with those sensitivities and whatnot. So I'm making and it's not just for vegans, it's for anyone, a meat eater, anyone who eats and loves delicious tasting food. Come stop by. And if you were listening in the previous segments, we were talking about food halls. The farmer's market, I would say right now, although it's outdoors, is the closest thing you're going to get to a food hall here. There are so many delicious items, so many samples. You can come and try everything, decide what you want, bring the family. There's face painting, so many dogs. It is a time to be had.
So you're also at the Lake Charles Farmers Market. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been doing that one Tuesdays. I don't know if does this reach Lake Charles?
It does. Yeah.
Hello, Lake Charles.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's from 4 to 6 on Tuesdays. It's an old cash and carry. I think it was a bank. That makes sense, or I don't know, but it's on Enterprise, right off I-10. It's indoors. There are gorgeous bathrooms. It's beautiful. So it's a pleasure to go there. And yeah, the farmers markets here are great. You're getting local produce, local meats that come within like a 45-mile break, maybe 80 miles. I don't know how far Alexandria is. But it's awesome. Like, definitely a lot of people come. I've been there 2 years. We'll come and say, oh, I've never been here. I'm like, really? How long have you been in town? Oh, 20 years.
Right.
So, it's shocking, but it's just something people aren't used to. So
it amazes me. And I always have to remember, like, I'm in the food world. And so, like, this is what I'm hypersensitive to. And so I notice everything that comes food wise. But if other people aren't like that, to businesses that I talk about all the time, they'll be like, I've never heard of them before. And
that's why you're doing what you do.
That's why, you know, that's why it's important to get advertising out every which way possible, because you never know, you're going to reach a person that hasn't heard of it. But you also run this really cool Instagram. And I remember the last episode you were on is when I realized that you were that person. It's Food by You Boyfriend.
Food Boyfriend by You.
Food Boyfriend by You. And she cooks a recipe, and then at the end, which is the best part, she serves her boyfriend, and then he has commentary on what she makes.
And the whole thing with that is it's basically, I grew up watching Food Network. I didn't go to culinary school. I can cook everything. I love to cook. It is my passion. I can wake up at 6 a.m. and cut like 7 onions. Like, I don't care. I'll do it. And I just love reinventing recipes that are our favorites and just making them healthier, making them lighter, using a lot of almond flour, not a lot of dairy. And so, yeah, if you have any recipes that you're like, ooh, how do I make mac and cheese not 1,000,000 calories? You can like message me and I'll definitely whip something up that is so delicious. And I show you all the steps. And my big thing is I really want to teach you the methods of cooking, how to get a sense for like what temperature your pan should be, how to know your oven and stove, what oils to use, not really following recipes so much, which I know is so hard for some people.
Right.
But it's very important to like have this intuition of like tasting as you go, you know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I also love your commentary too, with the things if it doesn't come out correctly, or you're like, yeah, because you're real. Like, this is actual cooking. Like, this is not glossed over for you. So this is a real person cooking the different meals, which is entertaining. And I do like that you're like a huge supporter of Whole Foods and the farmers market. Like, I think you're obsessed with Whole Foods.
And
like, I'm obsessed with Trader Joe's.
I love Trader Joe's
I do love Costco.
I love Costco
as well.
Costco has a lot of organic stuff. Not that I'm all organic, but it has great options. But yeah, I would say, and I go to Rouse's when I need some stuff, but it's convenient.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about your sushi rolls are made with cauliflower.
Yes.
I'm over cauliflower right now.
A lot of people are.
Okay, so the whole cauliflower rice at home, maybe you have some tips. I was like so over it. I was like, I cannot eat this anymore. But I think a lot of it too is like repetition. Like you're eating like the same things over and over again. And before I could even do like the loaded cauliflower mashed potatoes, and those were fine. I can't even eat those anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like so over it. Now I can make, we were talking about Ann Falgoub before the show. She gave me the best cauliflower mashed potato recipe, where she told me to put this better than bouillon base in it, and it tastes like the mashed potatoes from Popeyes. Like it's like that. So that I can still eat, but to do like the loaded with like the cheese, where you just put like the cheese and the sour cream and like bacon bits and stuff, I can't do that. I can't do cauliflower crust anymore, like cauliflower rice. Like I just can't. I'm like, I'm so over this.
I honestly think the best way to eat cauliflower, besides in my sushi rolls, is just roasting it with olive oil, salt and pepper, or avocado oil. And that's it. And let it go. Let the natural sugars come out. It gets all caramelized and delicious.
I like it almost burnt.
Yes, yeah. It's candy. It's vegetable candy, and it's so good.
Okay, so I will say that I do enjoy it that way, but all this like substitute with cauliflower, I can't do it. Somebody told me that if I take the cauliflower rice and fry it in bacon grease, like it'll help.
I don't know
with the taste of it,
but with my rolls though, it's cauliflower,
and you have nuts in it too, so
cashews,
it does break up.
So that gives it that creamy, meaty texture, and it's good. It's so good. You don't realize it.
Do you ever? Because you eat so healthy. Like, do you ever eat like trash food?
Do we indulge? The boyfriend did get Whataburger when I wasn't in town.
What?
Yeah. I mean, like he wanted pancakes this morning, so I didn't story this. It's really hard to store everything you make. But I find like a very healthy pancake mix with like cassava flour and almond flour, and it's always gluten-free in the household. And just using really good real ingredients that you can pronounce. Do we indulge? I'll make it.
Have you tried the cauliflower tater tots that Jolly Green Giant makes?
No, but I like the veggie tots.
Yeah.
No, I would.
Okay, so I've tried them and they're good, but this is the trick. You have to overcook them.
Yeah.
Like you have to go
crispy.
way longer than what it says to do it. And they're really technically not that much healthier than a regular tater tot. But I was thinking about today because we ate a curbside burger in Baton Rouge, which FYI, if you like Shake Shack and you don't want to travel to, I believe the closest location is either in Dallas or Austin, you can go to curbside and it's like a Louisiana Shake Shack. Is what I would say. But they have a tater tot dish, and I don't know why I'm so obsessed with tater tots.
No, they're really
they're
good.
delicious. I always like them more. I feel like I like them more than French fries. But it had like a green chili fondue on top of it with bacon bits, and I felt like I would totally eat the cauliflower tots instead of that.
Yeah.
And it would be good and be slightly healthier, not really that much healthier, but those I would still eat. Roasted cauliflower still eat. All this other cauliflower mess. And I really hope I get over that because it is one of the easiest things if I go back to keto, like to do. It's just like I can't do it. I was doing, and like the cauliflower rice was so bad, and then I judged a gumbo cook-off and had regular rice, and I was like, I am never doing cauliflower rice again. Like
rice
I can't.
is really good.
Yeah,
I'll admit it.
I was like, I can't do it. All right, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, more with Melissa. So come back to us. It is the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Lafayette.com. The best tasting radio show in all of South Louisiana. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany and we've been talking with Melissa Lenner of Let the Good Nosh Roll. Go follow her on Instagram. Say what the Instagram is again. Good Nosh Roll, but you also have...
Food Boyfriend by You.
Okay, and follow her and all of her shenanigans.
Yes.
Bob is also joining in for comedic... Interludes, yes. I can't talk. I'm so tired.
Cognac.
This is my last week of semester of school for 3 weeks. So I'm like, I'm dead to the world. I'm like, oh. Okay, so let's talk about Cane Land Distillery right now, real quick. So I didn't know, and they apparently just opened. There's a distillery now in Baton Rouge.
If you can find it.
Yeah, don't trust your GPS because it took us basically to the old Capitol building and said this was it.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, is there a speakeasy inside of the old state capitol?
I know, right?
Because that's kind of cool. But it's actually by 13th Gate. So if you know where that is, it's in that general vicinity. Do not trust your GPS.
Yeah.
But they have a really cool bar inside, really cool bartenders, and they're doing various types of rum. They're doing a whiskey, which is not distilled there. It's actually distilled in Tennessee. They float it down the river. And then cognac, it's stored in those barrels, until it's aged. That's how they age it. And then vodka is what they do. And they just released a Brazilian style rum that they were making caipirinhas with this weekend that were very strong and delicious. And then a cinnamon rum that tastes like Fireball but more palatable.
Like amazingly good Fireball.
Yeah, it was. I could easily just do all the shots of that. But I'm actually going to save it for cocktails for the winter. I feel like it would be really good in hot chocolate, just hot chocolate and that cinnamon rum,
or like a hot toddy.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be good too. Didn't get the vodka. Did get the whiskey.
Ditto.
The whiskey was really good. It's a little expensive.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't pay that on a regular basis for the whiskey, but that was like a vacation splurge.
It's a souvenir.
Yeah.
But it's like a time machine. It just slows everything down.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is delicious. And they had a drink there. It was like, they had really funny drinks, the Stormy Daniels, stuff like that. Daiquiris. The daiquiris were $5 that day, and they do tours. You have to have a group of 15 to do the tour, so we didn't do that. But it's a cool little space. It's called Cane Land Distilling, and go and check it out.
The black pepper.
Yes, that's what actually convinced me. The black pepper old fashioned.
Thank you.
What convinced me to get a bottle of the whiskey.
That was incredibly good.
It was really good. Yeah,
Fun.
yeah. So they had good drinks and really, Trader Joe's is the star of the show. So
Dun, dun, dun.
you were obsessed with them too.
I love Trader Joe's. Huge fan.
So I look for their frequent flyers that come out religiously online. You did not know about this? Every couple of months.
Keep talking.
Every couple of months, they have a frequent flyer. And you can go to the website because we don't get them here because we don't have one. And it'll show you like new items that they have. Yeah. And it's really cool. And then also Bon Appetit has been reviewing items, and it's hilarious. Nice. Yeah, they've been reviewing the frequent flyer stuff, and so you can kind of get an idea of like what to stay away from and what to check out. But recently they came out with cauliflower gnocchi, and it kind of took over. They did not have it at the Baton Rouge, and you said you didn't find it either.
I was there like a month ago, and they didn't have it.
So I thought that they had ran out, so apparently they don't stock it.
Ugh.
So I'm wondering, so when we go to Austin, we're going to go to Trader Joe's in Austin, and we'll have to check it out to see. Because they also didn't have these sesame chocolates. It was like sesame butter chocolates.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they didn't have that there either. That was the other thing that I was looking for. But I did get coffee this time, and their coffee is so cheap.
Yeah, we stock up on their teas also.
Really?
Like I buy 7 boxes.
Really, I stock up on alcohol, and then cheese is what I've been getting too. When we were there, I got a cheddar cheese, and then we found last time this blueberry goat cheese.
Oh, I've had it.
This is so good. If you're
so
doing
good.
keto, it's like a blueberry cheesecake. You could just eat that.
Yeah,
and it's
it's really I've had that. That is so good to put on a cheese platter because it gives so much color.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
It's delicious. What else? I got really cheap cacao powder.
Nice. I get a lot of the staples, like their ketchup. I really like. It's it is low carb on the lower carb side. They're all ingredients you can pronounce. Also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with coconut aminos.
Yes, they do have those there.
It is
and
like
they're
2 something,
very cheap.
And other places it's like 7 something. So I got 4.
Their sunflower butter is also really cheap there. Places around town, it's $8 to $12 a jar. You can get it there. It's $5.
Yeah, I was blown away by the prices.
And you might think, like, why would I drive there and waste the money on the gas? But I think if you stock up enough on your staples...
Yeah, every 3 months.
It's definitely worth it, and it's fun.
And the guy was telling me that they get a lot of people from Lafayette that drive in to do it. And they'll even give me... Because I got chicken shawarma marinated thighs, like chicken breast thighs, and then the cheese, and then I got like this cauliflower stir fry stuff. But they'll give you ice. So if you bring an ice chest, you can put it in there, and that's what I do. And then the $2 Chuck, the $2.99 wine is really good. But they also have really affordable rosés. Like I got 2 rosés, sparkling wine. My favorite one is $5. It's under $5,
and they're
actually
good. And they're the ones that are like $5 to $6. They're actually good. It's not like a normal. I think in other stores it would be like in the $9 to $12 range. So you're getting a good wine.
And it's, I think a lot of times too, so I think that Trader Joe's goes out to these suppliers and they make specifically for Trader Joe's. And so that's why it's like an off-brand kind of thing. But it's good. It's still good quality stuff. My favorite butter now is from Trader Joe's. It's from Bethany, France.
Oh, cool.
It's just like a salted butter that I get there. I didn't get any this time because I still had a lot. But it's just like different stuff. They make agua frescas that are they're organic, and they're really, I got like a jalapeno limeade.
Yum.
This time.
I picked up their ginger beer, and it was really good.
Yeah,
and
there's
really
all
cheap.
kinds of cool stuff. They have cool beers. Like, so last time the sour that I got was a cherry. This time I got a grapefruit.
Nice. Do you ever do polls on like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook? I think, we're going to do that today. We're going to do a poll and say, who wants Trader Joe's in Lafayette?
I think everyone, from as much as I talk about it on Instagram, like everyone wants one. And it's been rumored for years. But I mean, I remember when Whole Foods was a rumor too. But people have said that they don't think that it would do good. If we had one that was actually here, like it would not do well.
I heard it was something with like the median income of a region. But
really?
That's what I heard. So maybe that's. But I'm like,
but then we got a Whole Foods.
Yeah. Well, way cheaper.
That's weird. But
I don't know.
That was people's whole point, is that like we said we wanted a Whole Foods here forever, and like
they listened?
The Whole Foods is not doing as well as other markets.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what they kind of said, that the Trader Joe's would kind of be the same thing. And I feel like my business alone would keep.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't know.
In business, I don't know. There's been rumors. so much about Trader Joe's coming. Freaking PF Chang's is another
KFC
one.
Might be a rumor.
KFC is actually happening. IHOB. Can you imagine if they went from International House of Pancakes to permanently International House of Burgers? Like how much... I mean, people were already angry. Like, can you imagine how much angrier they would be? Like, if they just were like, nope, we're doing burgers now.
Didn't you think it was going to be breakfast? I did.
What do you think of International House of Bacon?
No, breakfast.
Breakfast?
Like just the B, like generic.
Yeah.
I was thinking biscuits.
Ah.
That would have been bad, too. That would have been like, no, they need to stick with pancakes.
Yeah, but we have Edie's, so.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Yeah.
Edie's, yeah.
Eddie's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You were saying that before the show. We needed to test you on saying. I can't say things. I mean, look,
EAUX.
Yeah, like phonetically sound out things here. God, they would do. And then apparently Wendy's is apparently very shady on social media. Like
they throw shade.
They throw shade.
They do.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that feistiness.
I like that too. And you know what it reminds me of? I think it's died down. The Wing Fingers Brodus Burgers.
Yeah.
Did you follow along with that?
A little bit.
Yeah. I loved it. But I think it's died down because I think some customers thought that they were being serious and were being not nice to the workers at one of the locations. Yeah. So I think they kind of squashed it for now, but they might be doing it on the low, and then we'll find out more. So the Taste of Eat Lafayette event is happening this Tuesday. Tickets are still on sale. They're $25. You can go to Ticketmaster and get those tickets. Bob is going for the first time this Tuesday.
Yay.
And you're going to get to experience what I like to call Fat Kid Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
What are you most excited for? Is there one bite or two bites?
So my normal ritual is to go to Sophie P. Cupcakes right away and get a cupcake and then like eat that and then go and find. I can never eat everything that they have there.
I'll do a farmer's market shout out. Acadiana Slice is going to be there.
Yes.
He's doing little tiny, I don't know what kind of pies, but that'll be fun.
That will be so fun. I love him. I love
Corey.
The strawberry one is my favorite.
He has a peach blueberry one now with Rustin peaches. There's a local peach guy at the market now. They sell out by like $8.45.
You know what? We need to go get peaches because one of my favorite things is to take peaches, grill them, and then top them with goat cheese.
Yum.
And then a little honey drizzle.
I want to go to there.
Yeah. Okay, we need my next Saturday that I'm off. Like, we need to.
There's some pepitas on that.
Yeah.
Give it a crunch.
Do it like a little bit of honey, like a little bit of the salted pumpkin seeds, and then goat cheese.
Nice.
Do they still have somebody at the market that does goat cheese? They used to.
No, they don't.
Man. I think Westmar was who's, and I think they shut down. I don't think they're doing it anymore.
No, there's not.
Boo.
Any goat farmers out there?
There is one in St. Martinville. You can go there and get it. Wanda.
They
Wanda's
sell milk
cheese.
in places?
I don't know if she sells milk or not. But I know you can go to Sandra's and get goat milk.
Goat cheese is great because it's for people who are lactose intolerant. A lot of them can tolerate goat's milk and goat cheeses because there's no lactose in it. Sorry, fun fact.
I like goat. Have you had goat milk? Goat milk before?
No.
My friend loves it.
It's too tangy. You cooked a weird egg the other day. What eggs did you cook?
Oh, I got them at the cash and carry market in Lake Charles, and they were goose eggs.
Oh.
It was so fun and bizarre and I love just cooking anything. Like, I've cooked liver. Like, I'll cook anything to say, like, I've done it. In case I'm ever on Chopped, and I don't know what's in the basket, I'll know. So I've applied. But anyways, like 5 years ago. Yeah, they're really fun. And it was kind of, now I don't want to say rubbery. That's a horrible word. But it was firmer than an egg. But then I got another dozen of normal eggs, and like some were blue, some were white, some were brown.
Yeah, because of what they eat. Yeah.
Yay, eggs.
Okay, so from the way that you were talking about these eggs, I was kind of grossed out, and I didn't know exactly what kind they were. And I've had duck eggs before.
No, they were bigger.
Yeah.
Smaller than an
Have
ostrich.
you had emu? Yeah.
No.
Okay, I've never had them either.
She recommend like doing a quiche or baking with them, but I just wanted to try
So I wonder
raw,
how much regular size eggs is it?
It's 3. It's like 3 eggs in one.
Okay.
That's what the equivalent. So it's way higher calories,
Yeah.
but It was
I was
fun.
scared to eat them because you were like, this is gross.
Well, that's what I do on Food Boyfriend. Like, I'll break down a raw chicken for you. I'll show you how to do it all.
Nice.
Melissa, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank
This has been
you.
fun. Thanks for joining us. That's our show. Tune in next week, Sunday at 6 p.m. This is Tiffiany Deku on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and this is the Lafayette Food Junkie Show. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy eating, Acadiana.